Rev up your engines! Okay, today I got an interesting truck. It is a Toyota Tacoma, but it is a 6-speed manual, and it was made in the same factory that they make Teslas now. What's up? Well, not exactly the same factory. It's the same location, the same building, but this was made in Fremont, California. And Toyota said to their GM Toyota relationship, then they were building these in Fremont, then they left, and Elon Musk bought the factory and built Teslas there. So, you never knew that probably. They made these TRD great trucks in the same location that later they made Teslas. I think it's a step down there, but what can you do? What's interesting is, it is a real SR5 because it's a manual transmission. There's 6 gears in this thing, and under the hood is a V6 engine that can basically run forever. Got a timing chain, no timing belt. It's a rarity in the United States that you see these things with the 6-cylinder and a manual transmission. Now, a couple that owns it's from Jamaica. Lots of people drive them there. Here in the United States, 96% of the people only drive automatics, so you can't even buy them anymore. But the worst thing is, you can't even buy the TRD like this with a 6. They're all those 4-cylinder turbos. I had a guy buy one a few months ago. He hates it. He says, I wish they would have put a V6. It was smooth. Now, why did the guy buy this Tacoma? Because before he had another Tacoma, and believe it or not, it was a 4-cylinder supercharged one. But the frame came apart. It was one of those that had the stupid frames that were made in the United States. Not a Japanese frame. Toyota didn't make them, and they all rotted away. That company paid many millions to Toyota, and Toyota did replace a few, but they didn't replace all of the frames. That's why they got rid of the vehicle. But this is a newer one. They don't have frame problems. They don't screw up with their frames anymore. Solid as a rock. And of course, this is 4-wheel drive. So what's not to like? V6, 6-speed, 4-wheel drive, a solid metal frame. The problem with the other one, the supercharged 4, was it had a metal frame, yes, but it wasn't very solid. It rotted away. These, they don't have that problem anymore. So it's not something you got to worry about. If you could find one of these, there's rare as hen's teeth in the United States. Pick it up, even if you're not totally in love, because you could always sell it to somebody else if you didn't like it. These things are very hard to find. He's the original owner, and what has he done to it? 20,000 miles. He just changed the shocks in the front, and the top of the muffler, the hole rusted in it because it does live in Connecticut. But typical for Toyotas, especially the TRD Sports, he hasn't had to do anything else to it. Change the battery, they only last so long. That's got a die-hard battery. And as you can see, all the other parts, they're all stock. You know, you can see they're stock. Filter, everything's still stock on it. And as we look inside, he made a smart choice. He got the fabric seats, which, even though this thing's getting a little long in the tooth, the seats are still in excellent shape. And of course, it's got the side doors. So you can fit tiny people in the back seat. Yeah, the only other downside is, unlike my son's 2022 Tacoma TRD, it's not an extended cab, so there's limited space. But I mean, if you're not carrying a bunch of people, if you're carrying a bunch of people, you'd want extended cab, because of course then you can fit people in there. Here comes John Scantoll. We'll do diagnostics, standalone diagnosis. It's an 09, so it should do quite a bit of information. Ready here at the VIN number. As we can see, Tacoma, North America, 09. V6 engine. Oh, basic topology. It's older, so it's not going to do a real fancy one. But while we're looking, it's still got a decent screen here. And as you can see, very simple. Heating, air conditioning, cold, hot. I like it when it's simple and not automatic. Less the brake. A real parking brake you pull with your hand. Not that electronic crap. And the inside still looks really good. The silver and black. Seats are in excellent shape. Got 7 trouble codes, but a bunch of them are going to be nonsense. Tire pressuring, I'm sure the batteries have worn out since they're 16 years old. They'll probably say they're not working. The trouble codes are going to pop up, and what does it say? Yeah, data, because the batteries are gone, and who cares? Pressure gauges don't cost much. We'll erase them, but they'll all come back because, of course, the batteries are all dead. And unfortunately, you can't replace the battery. You got to replace the whole valve stem assembly. Spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars taking the tires apart. So I'll get a pressure gauge. Tire pressure gauge is cheap. Oh, we'll go to airbag system. It's got some squirrely things. Probably a sensor or something. And the trouble code is passenger seat airbag active mode. Oh, who knows? Somebody might put some weight on there or something. Seatbelts work fine. Last one is the ECM. Sometimes that's a serious, but often that's a little bit of nonsense too. So we will see what it is. Go to trouble codes, see what it pops up as. Camshaft timing over retarded bank 1. Now, a lot of times when you have dirty oil, it'll trip that code because the oil was dirty and it messes with it, makes it look like it's over retarded on the variable valve timing system. So we'll erase that and see if it comes back after we drive it. So it's a standard transmission, so we got to push on the clutch. We'll start her up. Make sure it's in neutral. There we go. And let's look at live data. Black's good, red is bad. We'll see what the live data is on this baby. It's got 120-something thousand miles on it. It's 16 years old, but it is a Toyota. Max airflow sensors normal. Oxygen sensors running perfect. It's not adding or subtracting fuel. The ratio sensor on bank 1 and 2, it's a V6, is bank 1 and bank 2, is minus 0.04, minus 0.043, meaning that at its worst, it is 0.05% off, so that's pretty close to perfect. The cat's temperatures are the same, which is what you want. The other data so far, all good. Nothing's looking out of the ordinary. Well, misfire tests are complete. There's no misfires. Temperatures are good. Speed of the cylinders are all exactly the same, meaning it's running perfect. 6 cylinders, no misfires. You can cut anything off from misfires because it doesn't have any. So let's take it for a spin. Take the emergency brake off. Now, his numbers are worn out, but it's a Toyota. So that should be reversed. No. I'm wrong. It's a 6-speed. So it's over. Instead of over here, it's over here. There, that's reverse. Don't want to run into my neighbor. Smooth like vehicle. Here we go. Up the hill. It's a tall truck. Don't have to worry about the bounce. It's going to bounce, but it won't hit anything. Very smooth 6-speed manual transmission. And yeah, the roads in Rhode Island are really crappy, but he's just put new shocks on the front, so it's absorbing them quite well, I do have to say. Way here, we got a guy in a Mercedes in front of us. Of course, he's not using the turn signals. They never do. Typical Mercedes driver. Got a nice turn signal on the side, showing us which way we're going. And here we go. It's kind of wet, so we'll wait till we're going straight. We'll give it some gas. Woo! Baby's got a lot of power to it. No arguing that. Nice driving truck. Shirts. 16 years old. It's got 120-something thousand miles on it. Still runs like a clock, even on a wet day. The traction control kicked in once I started giving it too much gas. Turns perfectly fine, even with one hand at the wheel. It's a little, since we're going down a hill, we don't want to go too fast. Really nice truck. Plenty of torque with that V6. I love them. I hate the turbo 4s. Now, the regular 4s in these were okay, but of course, they didn't have much horsepower. They weren't that good for towing, and they certainly weren't that good for driving fast. And here comes the FedEx man who doesn't know how to drive. So he's waiting for me. I was waiting for him, but I guess he can't corner. Up the hill, no problem at all. Put it in first gear. Here we go. Kind of hard driving a standard with one hand on the camera, one shifting and steering, but hey, I've done that for a while. Very smooth truck. In excellent shape. Even though it was made in the same factory where they make the Teslas now. The same location at least. Elon bought the factory and started building Teslas. It was an empty factory, so they might as well use it for something. Though I think they could have put it to better use than building electric cars. We go downhill, we can just glide now. It's all downhill from now. Maybe that's a philosophical statement for me too. I'm over the hill and I'm heading downhill fast, baby. So there you have it, a rare 6-speed manual Toyota Tacoma, made in the factory where they make Teslas now. That was downhill for that factory. Still runs the same as it did the day it was made. These things can run forever, but let me tell you, if you can find something like this, snap it up, because most people don't want those Turbo 4 Tundras, and if they're looking for an SR5 one as clean as this, it will go fast. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.